Howdy y'all, I hope you guys are all doing well, I hope you guys are safe, and I hope you guys are healthy. My name is Josh, and I absolutely love clothing and personal style, and I'm constantly trying to evolve my own personal style. So if you're interested in that kind of content, feel free to subscribe to me here on YouTube, as well as follow me on Instagram, which is @wears_Galdo. But without further ado, today I wanted to bring you guys a couple of things that I picked up, things that I'm really excited for, things that I have a designer pickup, vintage pickup, and I have also like a YouTuber brand pickup. So a plethora of things from a lot of different types of clothing, and I just wanted to go ahead and talk about it with you guys and show you guys the details that make me love these clothes so very, very much. So let's get right into it. Pickup number one. This one is going to be a brand that people have seen on this channel before, and one that I love so very much. This is a pair of Guidi 310s. Guidi 310s are a very slim silhouette, as you can see right over here. Really, really nice. The stacked heel is actually quite short. Front zipper still has the original Guidi zipper on there, and this, honestly, quality-wise, is so very nice. One of the best boots, quality-wise, that I've ever had. It has a broken-up construction, which a lot of times Guidi shoes that people are used to seeing have kind of like a almost one-piece leather construction, but this one has kind of that like toe cap separated into these paneling on the other side, so it looks like a more traditional shoe. However, it is definitely with the Guidi attitude. On the bottom, we of course have the fish scale Vibram soles that Guidi shoes oftentimes come with, and you can just take them to a cobbler and have them applied to protect the sole. These are honestly some of the greatest boots that I own right now. Again, super slim, so I usually wear them with like straight leg pants or like slimmer pants. The leather quality, you can always rely on Guidi. Super soft, super buttery. Really impressed with them. I got a size 42, which you can see like on the bottom sole right there. So 42, I went true to size and they fit me perfectly. I'm a true to size 9, US size 9, and these fit great. I really don't have any complaints about this shoe at all, and I was able to get them for an amazing price on Vestiaire Collective. Vestiaire Collective is kind of like a second-hand resell kind of site, similar to Grailed, I guess you could say. But yeah, I got them for an amazing price. I got them for about 460 maybe after tax, which for Guidi is absolutely incredible. Definitely look for steals out there. Look on the secondhand market and do your due diligence, do your research, and you'll be able to find some really great deals, which I'll talk about with my other designer pickup a little bit later on in the video. Next up, I wanted to show you guys, immediately after the Guidi, I also bought a replica boot. This right here is a replica of a Guidi boot, and they're actually really cool. I really enjoy them. I did get them off of Grailed. There was a seller who was selling this pair for like really cheap compared to what a regular Guidi would be, and this is a rep of the Guidi PL2. PL2s are oftentimes like really popular nowadays, but this is a more kind of chunkier, a little bit more aggressive looking than the 310s. So this pair, I intentionally bought the replica. I'm not looking to sell this as real. I wanted to buy this because it was cheap. I got it for like $160, which is absolutely amazing. And I got this as a beater boot. I want to go ahead and use this as my daily. They're actually very comfortable. And I don't know if you guys were interested on the brand, but there you go, right over there. And of course they have Vibram soles. If you have a boot that has a leather sole, 100% take them to a cobbler, get Vibram soles applied, and they will extend the longevity of the life of your boot or shoe for, a considerable amount. But anyway, the PL2 shape is here, stacked leather heel. They're actually very lightweight, which is really surprising to me. They have an Excella zipper, which is a pretty solid quality zipper. Honestly, the only gripe I have about this pair is that when I wear them, the zipper kind of falls sometimes a little bit. So when I zip them all the way up like that, over time with me walking and pushing force against this zipper, it'll eventually get down to there, which isn't a problem. It doesn't affect the wear of the boot at all, but definitely definitely a really good beater boot. This is made of calf leather, so it is pretty soft. Not nearly as good as the other Guidi boot. It's kind of hard to describe through camera, but the Guidi here, let me just pull it up. The Guidi here is just so soft, supple, and just feels really luxurious. This one, relatively soft, still a little bit stiff, but a little bit shinier in sheen, and it's hard to say without having you guys kind of touch the boot in person. But beater boot, new beater boot, love this one, super comfortable too. So next up is a vintage pickup, and this right here is going to be a Alpha Industries commissioned by the US military bomber jacket, or MA1 jacket. This right here is a really cool pickup that I just kind of ran into a thrift store really quick, found it. I got it for $15, and for being a first responder I got a little bit of a discount, so I paid less than $15. But let me go ahead and show you guys the tag here. If you want any more information, you go ahead and look up that mill number, and that is going to be the commission contract for the brand. This is an Alpha Industries contracted jacket. Looks really cool. I've yet to wash it, so I'm going to go ahead and wash it and try it on. Alright, after washing it and trying it on, it actually fits a little small, unfortunately, but I think I can try and make it work. It feels really good. It's like an intermediate weather jacket, so it's pretty warm, and honestly, I just love that I got it for so cheap, and it is a legit Alpha Industries commissioned military jacket. So, super happy to come up on that. Everyone knows the bomber jacket. It is such a typical silhouette for a lot of different companies, and honestly, to have an original military one is just cool. Next up is going to be just one little accessory, and this is going to be a gift from my parents. Recently my parents went to the Philippines to visit family, and some parts of the Philippines are known for pearl farms and stuff like that, or just pearls in general, so I asked them to bring me back anything pearl related, and I specifically asked for like reject pearls, pearls that were imperfect, pearls that just don't look traditionally good. So I was like, here, give me the ugliest thing you could find, essentially, and this is what they came up with. It is such an interesting bracelet, trying to keep the focus on the pearl itself, but I don't know if you guys can tell, but these pearls are super irregular in shape, and they are just honestly really cool. The color of the pearl is awesome. It's kind of this like, it reminds me of like an oil effect, really, and the shape of each individual pearl is so beautiful because they are so misshapen. I don't know if my camera will be able to catch the little intricate details of the pearls, but they're definitely not perfect spheres, which is what I absolutely love, and coming from my parents, it's like a nice little sentimental thing. So next up is going to be pants. You guys know how much I absolutely love pants, and I have 3 pairs to show you guys. One designer, one vintage, and the other is a YouTube brand. And so I'm gonna go ahead and bring out the YouTube brand first, that everyone who watches me, I'm sure, knows who this is. This is Javov, or formerly Who is Jacob, or Jacob Wallace. These pants are the convertible pants. So you can go ahead and look at the tag there. I went ahead and got a size large. These released recently, and these pants are pretty cool. They're not my favorite in the world, just because the material is very not stretchy, so it can be sometimes a little uncomfortable if you're moving in certain directions. But I did read that they will start very rigid, and if you want to soften them up, go ahead and wash them to get that initial coating off, and then it will feel softer. I haven't done so yet, but the reason why they're called convertible pants are these are just a pair of cargo pants with cargo pockets, obviously, and then back flat pockets reminiscent of a lot of Dark Shadow or Rick Owens, kind of like pod shorts and Creech cargos, which are cool. But these have a more so like straight leg to almost wide fit, not necessarily wide, but they are called convertible because they have this line over here. There's a zipper underneath where you can actually unzip and they become shorts. And the shorts version of this is pretty cool. Actually, I'll go ahead and unzip one leg for you guys so you guys can see the difference between the two. So this is what it looks like when one of the legs is unzipped. The cargo pocket actually falls past the point of the zipper, which is really cool. Again, I know Jacob Wallace is a really big fan of Rick Owens, and Rick Owens has a short where the pocket falls past the hem of the short, the leg of the short, and I think he did a really good rendition of that. So honestly, I'm really actually pretty happy with this pair, and what I'm more happy with is that Jakov, if you purchase from Jakov, he keeps his prices actually really considerate of his consumer. I don't remember what this was. I think it was maybe like $126, which in the grand scheme of people starting their own brands and making their own pants and stuff like that is actually pretty solid in regard to like a small brand making a pant. So yeah, really happy with this one. The hardware over here, like over on the crotch, is actually Cobrax buttons, which is super nice. We also have a drawstring, which is always super helpful, and all around it's just a really solid pant for what I think is a pretty good price. And so I definitely highly suggest them. I don't know if they're still in stock on his website, but if you guys are interested, really cool pair of pants. Thumbs up from me. Before I move on from the Jakov pant, a lot of people might look at this and be like, oh, this is literally just something that you can go to Bass Pro Shops and find like an outdoors version of it, and like it's like a dad pant pretty much. And I wouldn't say that that's incorrect, but honestly, for the shape and the material that it's made out of, I think it's actually really nice. Let me actually look at exactly what it's made of so I can give you guys every piece of information. 50% nylon, 50% cotton. Yeah, so cool pair of pants. Can you get like a different version of it and get the same look from like a thrift store for like a pair of dad pants, or a Bass Pro Shop or something, some outdoor shop? Yeah, you probably could, but I like this pair and I like my pair a lot. All right, so a little bit of a backstory. I love giving some backstory when it comes to clothing pieces, but I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Red Monkey Jeans. Red Monkey Jeans is a really cool denim company, kind of on the same level as Evisu, and I actually showed off a pair of shorts in another video, like a vintage pickups video, like maybe a month ago or something like that. Well, I got a pair of jeans. This pair of jeans is so cool, and at first glance might be like, oh, just a regular old pair of like straight leg jeans. Well, it is a selvage pair of jeans, which already 2 thumbs up from me. Here is the selvage ID on this pair. It is green and red, which is definitely really unique. You don't see that a lot of the time. But probably the best part of this pair of jeans, probably the reason why I love this so very much, is because of this back pocket graphic right here. If you can tell, they're actually embroidered in, so the detail of it is just the scene of like what I'm assuming is like some Japanese village, and it is such a beautiful piece of clothing. Like, look at how detailed that is. Definitely, I would say probably top 3 denim that I own right now. Red Monkey Jeans, selvage. My God, it is so beautiful. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one. I know it's a very kind of graphic heavy for what I usually wear, but honestly, I think this pair is just so very cool. Shout out to My Tight Pants, who's a vintage seller on Instagram. He is one of the people who sells vintage locally here in Las Vegas, so definitely check his page out. So last one is going to be a designer pair of pants, probably my favorite designer just out right now, and he is relatively new. He goes by Yan Venesh. Such an amazingly beautiful pair of pants. That is the name right there. If you guys are not on Yan Venesh yet, oh my gosh, definitely check him out. The reason why this is my favorite favorite designer right now is simply because this clothing that he produces out of Antwerp, out of his own workshop, it feels tailor-made for my body type. I am about 5'9", I weigh approximately 200 pounds, definitely not the skinniest individual in the world, but I am definitely super happy with how these fit on my body. Both length and waist and everything about it is just so perfect for me personally. So it is really just a pair of black pants, black straight pants, but you can kind of see in the waist right here, oftentimes the fly will go straight upwards, but this one has like a little bit of an angle to it. Definitely a detail that not many people would realize, but that detail is actually mirrored on the back of the pants as well. But yeah, really beautiful pair of pants. They're really plain, which is why I'm having a little bit of a difficult time kind of like expressing why these pants are so great, but they are 100% cotton and they are so very amazing. So very wide leg and then the slightest of taper towards the bottom. But yeah, inseam wise, these fit me absolutely perfectly, so no tailoring needed. And yeah, I have another pair of Yan Yan Benesh pants that I've shown off on the channel before, but simply put, Yan Yan Benesh is probably one of my favorite designers for my body right now. And I definitely want to slow down in copying all these random things that I'm showing you guys in these pickup videos, and I want to kind of focus a little bit more on things that fit in my body specifically, and right now that's Yan Yan Benesh. My mistake, there are a couple of things that I forgot to include in this video, so different day recording, but whatever. This right here is a bag that I found thrifting that I was like, this is kind of cool, kind of like older 2000s looking, and this is actually a Tumi tech bag that I thrifted. I got it for maybe a little bit over 20 bucks, I think, but Tumi tech logo right over here. The bag itself has just kind of like semi-interesting paneling. It's not that crazy, but you open it up, you get this vibrant red. I don't know very much about Tumi as a brand or Tumi tech, but I just thought it was a pretty decent looking messenger bag, and I love messenger bags. If you know me, I'm not a huge backpack person. I'm traveling pretty soon, so this is definitely going to do me some good as like a personal item on a plane or something, and so I'm really excited to get my use out of it. Next up is going to be a denim jacket. If you guys know me, I have a ton of denim jackets, but this one I found at an antique shop, and it is just a black denim jacket cropped in the body. Really cool jacket. Brand wise is from Marlboro Wild West, which Marlboro in the States, I don't know if they have it anywhere else, but is a cigarette brand, and back in the day they used to produce clothing. And why I bought this is the back is so fire. Like, oh my goodness, this back graphic is really cool. It's super cracked and faded, but definitely such an iconic, cool, very American Western look. And it's a beautiful denim jacket, which you can't go wrong with a denim jacket in my book. So super excited about that one. Next up, we're gonna go back to kind of like a designer pickup right here. This is going to be a pair of Greg Lauren pants. I've never purchased anything from Greg Lauren. This is my first piece from Greg Lauren. Absolutely love it. It is really interesting. I bought it off of here. The tags are right over here, but I bought it from 2nd Street. And 2nd Street is just kind of like similar to Buffalo Exchange, similar to kind of like a curated thrift store type of deal. You can buy, sell, trade stuff there. Not sponsored, by the way, but I just really like 2nd Street. But Greg Lauren, here's the tag for you. Little fun fact. This is a size 3, but fun fact, Greg Lauren is the nephew of Ralph Lauren, and so do with that information what you will, but most of Greg Lauren's items are kind of torn apart and put back together in such an interesting way. So we have a lot of different like panels going on here, a lot of panels that are fraying, really cool. You can kind of tell that this material didn't start this initial color, but was over-dyed black. Got randomness going on over here. raw hem on the bottom. I actually think this might have been a women's piece, but a size 3 fits me, and I'm about a 33 size waist, 34 maybe. But on the back of the leg we have a zipper, and you can either close it up to be more of a straight leg fit or flare it out by unzipping it. But either way, drawstring waist right over here. No back pockets, which is super annoying to me personally because I always use back pockets. But if you know Greg Lauren items sell for a crazy amount of money. Thankfully, I was able to get a great deal at $279 plus shipping on 2nd Street. But yeah, most Greg Lauren pieces, if you look it up on Grailed and stuff, are really expensive. And since this is my first one, I didn't want to kind of ball out on buying something that's over $1,000. And so we'll see how much wear I get out of this, but it is super unique looking and super cool. Last item I want to include in the video is another one that I got from an antique shop. So very cool. I don't wear gloves or really at all, but I saw this and I was like, I kind of have to have it. If you guys don't recognize this, I remember back in the day, I forget what season it is. You know what? Let me actually look it up. So Supreme Fall Winter 17, they did a collaboration with Vanson. Vanson is kind of like a leather biker goods company, and they came out with like what they were called X-ray gloves, and they were just literally leather gloves that have like the skeleton detailing on them. Well, this is what I assume to be the inspiration for that, so probably the reference piece, not 100% sure, but this is like a really old vintage pair of Vanson gloves. The only difference between this one and the Supreme one is the Supreme one cuts off at the wrist, whereas this one obviously continues a little bit longer. But such an interesting piece. The person at the booth at the antique store gave me a wonderful price, and I was so excited because this is like such an interesting looking item. It might be a little corny to some people, but when I pair it up with like a black leather jacket and it just like cuts off right over here, it just looks so interesting. When I bought them, the leather was really dry, so I went ahead and conditioned it, and they're now in good working order. You can see like the color itself isn't completely just a regular black anymore because it was probably faded out. I assume someone actually used this to bike, but yeah, super cool. Really excited. I want to try and force myself to get wear out of it because it is really interesting. But right there you can see the Vanson logo. Oh, it's upside down. Right over here, debossed into the leather itself. And as far as tags goes, really only this. Size XL, thankfully it fits my hand all right. But yeah, I'm so curious. I mean, like, I don't oftentimes see people wearing gloves, but this one's pretty tight. And that's about everything that I wanted to actually share in this video. So I hope you guys found that entertaining. But I did want to address something. At the time of me filming this video, this channel has reached 5,000 subscribers, which is absolutely mind-blowing, and I want to keep it short and simple, but I also want to show my appreciation. Thank you guys so very much for subscribing, for watching, for participating at all in this YouTube channel. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I want to go ahead and say that this has been a wonderful and amazing outlet for me to exercise my love for clothing and fashion. And so from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much for 5,000 subscribers. I will do my absolute best to continue doing this because I really genuinely enjoy making YouTube videos for you guys. And other than that, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate your guys' time, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.